Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Ilford YouTube channel. Today we are back in league action as we prepare to host Saffron Walden in the Essex Senior League. Before we jump into the game, make sure you hit the subscribe button below to keep up to date with everything to do with the Foxes. Into the team news, there's been one enforced change for Fulham's team this week as Bailey Price comes in for the Hassan Bangura following last Saturday's 5-2 victory in the Vars to Long Melford. So the lineup is as follows. We've got Blackburn returning in goal, a back four of Akila, Hossack, Price and Nishanzade. Hannon and Masuro hold up the midfield. An attacking three of Lewis Kerwan, Christou and Cardona with Adelani leading the line. The subs bench is made up of Bangura, Agumang, Akanbi, Averts and Jotzi.
We've got to get the job done today, boys. And we have to have the same level of grit we've had in the last two games, which is win. What's got us through is desire, really focused on competing in all areas, not just footballing wise, but off the ball, challenging, first balls, second balls, work rate, that's the type of things we're looking for now, boys, yeah? All right, so I want something from the game today, they are one of the favourites to win the league. I don't care who they are, I don't care who they've got, I don't care who's playing for it. All I care is I know in this dressing room there's a fucking good squad to put on a good performance. But if we make mistakes today, you will be punished. So we've got to make sure that we're on the game, heads on, no mistakes, game managed well, win your battles, individual battles, and make sure that you come off, make it worth saying to ourselves, we've done everything we can to get a result.
Hi guys, I am your commentator Finley Chung for today's game, Ilford versus Saffron Walden Town in the Vars. You're just seeing there the end of the minutes applause we had for this, in this Essex Senior League game, the minutes applause that we had for the workers of the NHS for their sterling efforts in the fight against this coronavirus pandemic. Me and everyone here at Ilford doff our hats to you as we get underway here in this Essex Senior League match. Ilford kicking from right to left in their blue and white striped top, with Saffron Walden kicking from left to right in their black and red striped top, as the Bloods come forward early on, but their fullback can't quite keep the ball in. Excuse me, Saffron Walden attacking here early on, and their number 10's got a lot of space here and drilled the low effort, but Josh Blackburn played really well last week against Long Melford, makes a really good save there as the long throw comes in on the overhead kick. Oh, what a save that is by young Josh Blackburn again. Wow. Got a good strong hand to that to deny the overhead. It's that long throw again from Saffron Walden as the effort comes in, blocked wide. I think blocked off his own teammate there from the attacker. And Saffron Walden are really the side in the ascendancy now. It's going to fall to the edge of the box. Falling back to a man in the black and red of Saffron Walden. Headed up more than away. And Ilford can't get rid of it. Oh, he caught hold of that one. Oh, to quote Alan Partridge, it's a foot like a traction engine situation there. As he caught hold of that one, but the ball whizzed over the crossbar via a deflection. But Josh Blackburn and Ilford, the defence, have been called into action early on here. Blackburn's superb save from the overhead kick, and Ilford have got some more defending to do here as the corner is whipped in. I don't think it's going to come to anything, as eventually Ilford managed to get it clear as Juan Cardona will give chase. But the ball is sort of hoisted back up into the area, and it's going to fall back to the winger over on that far side. He'll get the ball in as a low cross, hacked away, and Demi Christou was there trying to get it away. It'll come back into the Ilford box. It'll fall to the Saffron Walden number 7, who goes for the curler and couldn't quite get the purchase on that he wanted for it to sail into the top corner. Free kick in again, flicked on and in. Saffron Walden have opened the scoring. Oh, have they? The linesman's flag is up to spare the blushes of Ilford. And on closer inspection, you have to say that was offside. Saffron Walden thought they'd opened the scoring finally for all their pressure, but it is not to be for Bloods so far. As the ball is, Ilford have a throw forward here. Adelani has been penalised for the foul there on the Saffron Walden defender, and I thought he had every right to go for that ball. From my view up here, as the Saffron Walden come forward again down that right hand side for them. It's very fruitful. Bailey Price trying to stand up his man, and he's not done it all. And he's gone down there, and the referee hasn't given anything in favour of Saffron Walden again. here, but he's given a foul to Ilford, it seems. It seems there was some sort of foul on Bailey Price. As Josh Blackburn, man of the moment, really. A couple of really good saves early on, especially the one from that overhead kick. Gets us back on the way here as it's hoisted forward. And in behind here, he's made a really good run. Oh, and that's a good low save there from Blackburn. Had to get down, had to hold that one well as well. Josh Blackburn. As that's battered forward again. Ilford are going to try and attack, but the ball comes back in. The number 5's inadvertent backflip has come to the Saffron Walden number 7 here. Sean Aquila. He's got the wrong side of Sean Aquila. He brings him down, and that's surely a penalty. The number 7 is furious with the referee, and so are all the Saffron Walden players. But it's not given as a penalty, as we see Ilford hoist the ball, and the culprit, it's seen there, Sean Aquila, hoisted the ball into the box. And the keeper was looking for the quick distribution, but Yemi Adolani shot him down pretty well. As Charlie Hannon does quite well to win the ball back, actually. But he's offside there, Yemi Adolani, as it looked to have been 2 people through on goal there, Adolani and Cardona. 37 minutes on the clock, flipped header, and Blackburn holds on again. He's getting in the way of everything so far, Josh Blackburn, for Ilford. Excuse me. As the ball breaks to Charlie Hannon. Good turn there. Sean Aquila looks up the line and sees Yemi Adolani. Cardona will get onto this. He's not really had... Oh, that's superb skill that from Juan Cardona. And again, that's what he can do. As he finds Charlie Hannon, we find Dion Lewis Kerwan, whose efforts is blocked wide for a corner. And it is our first corner of the game. So the corner is whipped in. It's going to come across again for, I think that's going to be an Ilford throw. I think it hit a Saffron Walden head. And how Ilford would love to get ahead here. As Cardona goes over to take the throw. Goes over to offer himself for the short, I should say. So he has offered himself for the short here. As the ball comes out to Demi Christou. Oh, yes. That is what he can do. There is a bolt from the blue for the boys in blue. And Ilford take the lead with a quite brilliant volley from Demi Christou. Straight onto that, hit it true. What a goal. You'll see from the reverse angle here. The ball found its way to the edge of the box. No one got out to him very quickly, and that's a true volley. Early goal of the season contender, you have to say. I certainly feel as Demi Christou put us 1-0 up here as he strides onto this volley. And the ball leaves the keeper rooted and goes into the corner. Ilford 1, Saffron Walden 0. As they take kick-off straight away with pretty much our first effort of the game. Ends up in the corner and Ilford lead. It's that long throw again, headed away. They're going to try and work it back in here with Juan Cardona in close quarters to the man. He's done really well there to get the ball away and combines with Christou, and he could be away here, but Saffron Walden have a body back in between them. Hoping Masura committed a foul there. The free kick comes to nothing. It's hoisted back forward. Deep into added time now at the end of the first half. They've got another man over on the right here. And here he is. Oh, really close from Saffron Walden to level the scores just before half time. And it looks like Josh Blackburn has caught the ball with the last action of the half, where Ilford have barely been in it, you have to say, but a wonder goal from Demi Christou has us 1-0 up severely against the run of play. You have to say Adam Peake and Darren Gosnell will not be happy with the team's performance so far. And we might well see it in the half-time team talk. I'm sure there'll be some strong words in there. But at half-time, it's Ilford 1, Saffron Walden Town 0.
Let me make it very, very clear at this stage. That is atrocious. Atrocious. I spoke about a number of things in here. Yeah? Have I got a team full of because that's what I see. I'm seeing every single header, whether it's their box or our box, their desire. And we're jumping like this. Who wants it? They're jumping with their arms. We're jumping like this. Every single header, we get the ball, right? Straight down number 5 throw, head it. Thank you very much. Straight down number 5 throw, head it. I cannot count the amount of times through midfield and through defence where they have won the ball. With no competition. Unintended. When you're playing in the league, it ain't about how good you are on your feet. We just look unorganised, we look lethargic, we look like we're scared. I should not be coming in here in any game raising my voice how I am. But I'm not going to sit through another 45 minutes of that, because that is borderline shambolic.
We are back on the way for the second half here at Cricklefields. Adam Peake and Darren Gosling will be looking for an immediate reaction from their side. After a relatively poor first half, saw them luckily go into the break 1-0 up. They've got another chance here early on, and Blackburn again called into action with a pretty easy save compared to the overhead one he had to make in the first half. But he started to make it, and less than 50 seconds, just over 50 seconds into the second half, Saffron Walden register their first shots of the half, which Blackburn gets down well to hold, as Aquila can't quite keep it in. And it's a throw into Saffron Walden Town over on that far side, which they had plenty of in the first half, of course. Failed to make any of them count ultimately, and they will look to use that as their weapon in the second half as the wind picks up. The conditions get worse here at Cricklefields. So they again have a throw in over on that far side, which looks like it's going to be a long throw into the box, which it is. Blackburn sort of lost it there in the melee, and Ilford somehow get it away. And again, played into the box, hacked away again. And the counter could be on, but Lewis Carwine falls over his own feet there and couldn't quite amount to anything on the counter attack. We apologise for that being in there, Dion, but that'll end up on the end of season bloopers reel, that's for sure. As Ilford look to defend their slender 1-goal lead in the second half. The referee having a word with the Saffron Walden defender. I think there was a foul in there actually. And Saffron Walden, it's going to be hoisted into the box, I think, by the Saffron Walden number 6. As he looks to go long again. Diagonal ball into the middle. Flicked on. There might have been a push in the back there on Bailey Hossack, but it's watched all the way behind for a Saffron Walden Town corner. And the early pressure on Ilford, something they're going to have to contain with the Foxes. As the corner is swung in. Blackburn again loses it. There was time for a push there by Cardona actually, as he sort of nudged himself into the body of the attacker who was striding on to seem to hit the ball. Saffron Walden players certainly called for something. A few of them just got on with it as the ball was still bobbling around, and Ilford do get it away. And it's the goal scoring hero Demi Christou out to Dion Lewis Carwine, who's knocked it now to Juan Cardona, and there's a ball into the middle, and Adelani's there. 2-0, oh, is it? It's the same end There's a disallowed goal in the first half. And it's disallowed again here for Ilford, who failed to go 2-0 up. As the corner is put in and Saffron Walden will get the ball away. And it's a good effort blocked. Surely this is the equaliser. Oh! And how Saffron Walden aren't level, to be quite honest, is beyond me. And I don't know how they haven't got level there. It's a ball, dipping ball to Adalani. He'll do really well to get anything out of this. Oh, and he almost got a goal out of it. Superb play from Adalani to take the ball down out of the air. And Sunday goal was into the last half an hour here, as Larry Akanbi comes on for Juan Cardona for Ilford. It's not really been Juan's type of game. Had a really good bit of play in the build up to the first corner to the first goal. And the ball is bouncing around there for Saffron Walden. The ball is played away and Adalani over on that far side. He's got Christou through the middle. Surely a foul. Referee, the word cynical was invented for fouls like that. Christou launches the free kick into the middle. Hannum was round the back. Couldn't quite get any connection on there. And Saffron Walden will go long again. So anyway, Christou flicks it on the path of Lewis Coleman, who tries to find Larry Akanbi. And now Ilford have a 3-on-3 here. Akanbi. That's a really good defending there by the Saffron Walden fullback. And Christou's corner. Oh, what a chance from Bailey Hossack at the far post, who's steaming in. And something might have been said there. It's Nasir Ishanzade who's kind of being ushered away by Hossack, and the Saffron Walden goalkeeper has come out as well to usher his man away. Ishanzade is sort of said to by Dylan Lewis Coleman, come on mate, get on with it. You can do good things in this game. Don't want to talk yourself into any sending off. But he's going to be called over by the referee. I'm assuming he'll just be given a warning here. There's a really good chance by Bailey Hossack at the steaming in there at the far post. And Ilford have grown into this game a little bit more in the second half. Adalani and Bailey Hossack have had two really good chances. Obviously, I had one disallowed as well, Yanni Adalani. Like Saffron Walden in the first half. There's another substitution now for Ilford into the last, as we approach the last 20 minutes here. Jamal Zotzi coming on in midfield for Dion Lewis Carlan. So we had a bit more of a physical presence into the Ilford midfield. And the ball's up at the far post. And it's in, and the last 10 minutes are going to be big here. As Saffron Walden do get their equaliser. As Freddie Adjemang comes onto the pitch for Charlie Hannum. But Ilford have been pegged back after playing so well all game. But they could have a chance to win it here. Long throw. Oh, is it going to go down there? Akanbi went down. He claims a penalty. Nothing doing for the referee. Christou's corner. And it's going to fall. Oh, and Ishanzade. How many times would he attack that away in training? Skews his effort over the bar. The ball is put in to the mixer by the number 14, and the effort's in. Saffron Walden have nicked it, but I think the referee, the goal won't count. The referee has blown up for a foul on Joshua Blackburn beforehand, and the goal will not count. Fed out excellently to Larry Akanbi. Real thrilling end-to-end stuff here at Cricklefield. Akanbi. Is this his moment? Oh, he's dragged that wide. And was that the final chance? Headed away by Ilford. The Saffron Walden Town number 14 will pick that up and load the box again. Flicks away, and now it's Adalani, and now he's popped off to Akanbi. And Adalani through the middle here. It's Yemi Adalani. Oh, good save. Really. Oh, and Christou's nicked it back. They could still nick it here. Demi Christou. He's got to square it. Oh, what a drama here at Cricklefield. It is Ilford 1. Saffron Walden 1.
Over the last 4 games, you've seen very different elements of this league. Okay. You've seen hashtag who play or try and play, but also can be direct. You've seen Redbridge, who are fully direct. Yeah. You've seen that Long Melford, who are very direct, and you've seen today a team who play no midfield and just play forward. Okay. Right. Make no bones though, boys, that performance was not good enough. Okay? Now, the positive is, you know, we played better in games that we've lost, and they're one of the title favourites. So, the result in isolation is not a bad result. So I don't want you to think that that's the case, right? Okay? But what I'm saying is, we've got to get that system out of our performance out of our system very, very quick. And today will be the first time where I will say a little bit of complacency has crept in. Maybe players too comfortable. We've won 2 games all in a row. Yeah, we've got too complacent. And for us to push on and to achieve something this year, okay, we cannot allow players to get complacent. We're sitting in here. We could have won 2-1. But in my opinion, and I always say this to you, I'll tell you this, I said it to you after the Redbridge game, you deserved it. I said it after the Long Melford, you deserved it. Today you deserve to get nothing from the game. Yeah? And that hurts for me to say that, but I have to be truthful with you.
Demi, we're here after a 1-1 draw at home with Saffron Walden. What are your immediate thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a tough encounter today. You know, it was a team whereby they were just obviously, they're known as league favourites. And you know, today we just had to just do the grittiest of games, in it. Like, so we just had to just go out there, battle constantly. We couldn't play our own football, you know, in the first, like, let's say 30 minutes of the game. We just had to just, you know, be physical, get in their faces, and, you know, he scored a spectacular goal today. So I'm proud of him. I told him he's going to get a goal today, but, you know, just nicking a point from league favourites, listen, it's a positive, but at the same time negatively, you know, we're conceding goals, you know, like, that's too easy. You know, we need to learn from our mistakes and, you know, take it into the next game on Wednesday against Hodgson Town. So, yeah, that's how I felt about the encounter today, really. As you can see, I'm tired. So, it's all right.
Demi, you obviously scored a spectacular goal to put us 1-0 up. Did you feel the longer we was going at 1-0 up, did you think it was going to be our day to nick 3 points?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I did. I thought we probably could have defended a bit better towards the end of the game. I think we kind of gave into them once one of their players went off injured and down to 10 men. I think we kind of got a bit complacent towards the end of it. Obviously, you're thinking the goal that you score is the match winner at the end of the day, and then when it isn't, it's obviously frustrating and everything like that. We had a chance at the end, had a couple of chances at the end, but ultimately, like Yem said, you come away from a point from a team that's going to be right up there come the end of the season, and you just got to take it at the end of the day. I mean, it could have been a lot worse in some situations. I mean, first half an hour, I didn't think we were great at all, but we really did grow into it. I think we got in at half time. Peake had a word with us, and then
He had a big word
Peake had a big word with us, and we come out second half and we grind out a good result in the end, and I think that's probably the best thing we can take from today. Yeah.
And as you say, we've got Hodgson Town on Wednesday night at home. You guys were 3 games unbeaten now. You're looking to make it 4 and get a win on Wednesday night.
Yeah, the most important objective is just to win. You know, we don't want to go out there just nicking a draw or losing the game. We're just out here to win. And I think, you know, what everyone saw today was, you know, like a team that is never going to give up. Yeah. And we want to continuously work hard, non-stop. And, you know, we want to be that side, you know, that's going to be troubling teams. And the more points we get on the board, the more better it is for us. And, you know, listen, we've got a great squad. You know, we're like a family here. Yeah. And we're all like strong together. And, you know, we've got a management team and we've got a committee team that are just, you know, behind us. So, you know, just keep believing in us, and yeah, definitely every single game's a win for us.
I think to add on to Yem's point, like he said, we've got a great squad here, like in terms of the camaraderie. I'd say we've got a great togetherness, and I think even at the end, you see when we had a couple of chances that maybe a couple of us maybe could have squared. I could have squared maybe sooner. Yem could have taken his chance. A couple of people could have taken their chances, and at the end of the day, like knowing that you come off and you go, look, we're on our day today. We grow from this, as opposed to getting back in there and people screaming, shouting, things like that. That's the difference, and that's why we're growing. And I think you can clearly pick up on that from how we ground out that. I mean, they were a difficult side. They were very difficult, very direct. A couple of the balls into the box we had to deal with a lot of the time, and so when you deal with them and you grind out the result that we did, you can look back and go, do you know what, that's a point early on in the season. Maybe depending on how far we get further down the season, you go, that's a great point that we nicked earlier on. So
Yeah, you sort of touched on it there. As Sean McKeeler said in the change room, you guys have only been together about a month.
Yeah.
Some of these things in this league have been together a couple of years. So
Exactly.
a result like this, even though we are gutted to just be a draw, but some of you guys think that's a really good point when you think about it like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I touched on it last week in the interview, and I said that a couple of us only been in since the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? That was the first game for a lot of people. I mean, you only have to look at Naz and Bailey, who I've only played with since the last pre-season friendly.
This is my first season with them too.
And you have a look at them two, and I can vouch for them and say that they're growing as a pairing, and you can see that. And
I think we're all growing as a team, and we're all driven to team success. I feel like there's a lot of individuals in our team. We've got a lot of leaders, got a lot of egos in the team, but at the same time we're all driven to success as a team. We've got team cohesion here, and as Dimi said, like we haven't played with some players, like for 5 to 6 weeks. That's going into pre-season, and now we're in the season. Now we're just gelling together. Like we've known them for 2 years, so that doesn't really faze us. Teams that have been together for 3 to 4 years or 5 years or whatever. We're just driven into what we're trying to achieve.
So Adam, we're here after a 1-1 draw home with Saffron Walden. What are your immediate thoughts after that game?
Before the game, I would have taken a point because we're up against one of the league favourites, but very, very disappointed with the performance today. I thought they were the better side. I thought they competed. Their threats were not nullified by us, and we spoke about them before the game and at half time. And I just thought we lacked that little bit of fighting spirit and that competitiveness in certain areas. And we couldn't really get hold of the ball. Every time we had it, we sort of panicked. But we've come up against a good side who have got experienced players, and they know how to play that system well. Lots of long throws, lots of balls in behind. So look, I'll take the point, but that's 3 games undefeated, so that's a positive. But a performance has got to be better than that.
And obviously Dimi put us 1-0 up with an absolute thunderbolt in the first half. Did you think the longer we went on at 1-0, we might end up grinding out the 3 points at all? Yeah,
I mean, it would have been very harsh on them if we would have managed to nick it. I mean, we could have nicked it at the end, really, and that would have been unfair. So sometimes you have to be honest. They were the better side. I don't think we deserved anything from the game, but I've just said to the boys in there, you've got to take the positives. We've read our luck a bit, but also we've had to stay a little bit resolute. But just said to the boys, that sort of level of performance has to be better if you're playing against good sides. But to 3 games, 2 wins and a draw. We'd have taken that a few weeks ago. So it's just now about improving on the areas we lacked today, and maybe some fresh legs on Wednesday.
Yeah, as you say, on Wednesday we've got Hoddesdon Town here, different team, completely different proposition. Yeah. Would today's performance affect your team selection at all?
Yeah, I've just said to the boys, I feel a little bit of complacency stepped in because a few of the boys have played every game. I probably need a bit of fresh legs because we haven't changed the team too much over the last few weeks, but from my point of view, I feel that the performance weren't great enough in certain areas, and we'll make some changes on Wednesday to give some of the boys that have probably come on and deserved a chance a go. We won't change. We're not going to make wholesale changes, but I am a firm believer is that when things don't go to plan, sometimes you do need to freshen it up, and that's what we'll do for Wednesday.